again to another episode of Just for Fun Gaming. I'm your host, Azzy. With me, as always, is my friend Roy. All right, so next, we're going to be talking about the next episode because we're behind a little bit. What if Thor was an only child? So, I'll be honest, I wasn't exactly feeling this episode at first because I didn't understand where, I've been going into each of these episodes trying to take it fairly seriously, seeing how the majority of them have premises that are pretty serious in and of themselves. Like, what if all the Avengers were murdered out of nowhere? What if there's freaking zombies? What if Steven lost his heart? All of these premises are very serious, or feel like they're supposed to be taken seriously. So I wasn't mentally prepared for an episode that was really just going to be joke. But there was a lot to like about the episode after I adjusted. Like getting to see what would Loki look like if he fully embraced his
Ice Giant,
his birthright. Yeah. The frozen crown and all that, of which he was very big, which was a bit weird because he was born extremely small. Odin even noted that he was very small for a giant born. So it's like, man's wearing lifts. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I saw people saying that this was a more genuine romance between Thor and Jane than we got in the movies. I don't necessarily know about that. It's pretty much like they went to a party, had like a drunk one night stand, and that's the more romantic idea. Okay.
Okay.
It's like sounds like it's the same amount of freaking time, but more of a blackout. If that's your idea of romance, that's why I'm single. But it was really the end that made me sit there. I was like, oh, I need to rewatch this episode. I really need to take this shit seriously. Just to give you a heads up, this is essentially the concept is that Odin goes into the Odin sleep, and Thor takes advantage of not being under his father's thumb to go down to Midgard and party, while his mother is off having like a girls' trip. So no one's there to notice him, like goofing off, and Jane meets him at one of these parties while she's like recording all this these like cosmic phenomenons, and based on her calculations and whatnot, she believes a similar event happened somewhere else in the universe, and it caused the planet to just disappear. So she was worried that that same phenomenon was happening on Earth and would cause the Earth to be destroyed because of a frat party, basically. And everyone was there for one reason or another. It was pretty much don't enjoy the Easter eggs, don't worry about the continuity, because Skrulls were there,
Nebula,
Drax was there, Nebula was there, no blonde hair.
Yeah, Mantis was there.
Mantis was there, just looking like
Rocket was there.
Yeah, all the Guardians were there, but it's like if this is supposed to be around the exact same time that the first Thor movie would have happened, because that was when Odin went into the Odin sleep. Why are the Guardians on Earth? So it's really an episode to shut your brain off and just enjoy like the goofiness and whatnot on the screen, and get a fight that I would have loved to have seen live action.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, sorry, but this episode was stupid. It was stupid. But I loved it. I loved it.
Plot twist.
Yeah, I mean, granted, like you said, all the other What If episodes have been on a serious tone, and then this is the one. Like, you got 2 episodes left. This is you want to use episode 7 for your joke episode. This could have been like episode 2 material. But either way, I had fun. I had fun with it, and plus, spoiler. We didn't mention it. We're gonna talk about it. My girl shows up. Wasn't expecting that.
Yep.
But like you said, it would. I would love to see that in the live action segment. But I'll take it.
But it was still really cool.
Oh,
cool. It was still really cool. There's still a lot of like animosity towards unnecessary, unjustified animosity towards Captain Marvel, like poorly directed animosity for no real reason. And we just don't. In the first movie, she's spending in her movie. I'm sorry, she spends so much time building up to the point where she comes into her powers. When she does come into her powers, we don't really get to see her all that much. Then fast track all the way to Endgame, and we still don't get to see her enough. And I still think like ignoring the BS. Most people may not be that endeared to her because of that lack of screen time. So getting to see her on screen and doing stuff, yeah, I was there for that. That was pretty cool.
I mean,
Not to mention like
when we
settle the debates.
Yeah, when we went to go see Endgame and everybody showed up, and I was like, and back in mind, yeah, it was cool, but I'm like, yo, where the fuck is Captain Marvel, man? I feel like if they just use her I feel like they just brought her in this movie to bring Tony back home, I'm gonna be pissed. I mean, granted, she had maybe like 5 minutes screen time, but I mean, I'm excited to see her in this, even though it's not Brie Larson herself. I still enjoyed the voice acting.
Like again, they got a really good voice actress that sounded very Brie Larson-esque. Not so much like with the Tony actor from the previous episode, but nonetheless, what really cemented it and what makes this episode very much the calm before the storm is the last like 30 seconds. When everything's kind of just like cooling down, we're about to end the episode, and who the fuck rolls up but the guy we've been waiting for, man? What is effectively like going to be like the Thanos of the What If series ever since we saw his picture on like the poster.
Ultron Vision.
But it's Vision with the Infinity Stones. So yeah. Not to mention, it has, as several people have pointed out, with each episode, Uatu the Watcher has becoming more defined, closer to the picture. We can see him. We can he's contemplating intervening, because that is his character trait. He constantly spews how he must not intervene, and then he eventually intervenes. So we're just constantly right at this point. It's like it'll probably be the next episode that we finally see him go like, "Oh, this is really bad." Guys.
Yeah, because I don't want to spoil anything, but I did watch that mid-season trailer. You see that Doctor Strange,
yeah.
I'm assuming, with this party Thor. So I don't know if the Watcher's like, hey, yo, you need to get Doctor Strange. You need to get,
it's Party Thor from the tattoo that's on his arm.
Yeah, but so he's getting it's a
science tattoo.
I'm assuming like Watcher's like, yo, I don't have no way to stop this Ultron Vision combo. So let me get Doctor Strange, Captain Carter, Star-Lord, T'Challa.
I'm still stuck on this commentary about this being a better romance between Thor and Jane. It's like this is basically like Ross and Rachel, the drunk wedding episode of Friends, and it's like that's the more romantic. I mean, not that the movies did it that much better, but still, or like we're a masterpiece of a rom-com sort of situation. But it's like they literally got drunk, went like they met at a party, got drunk, got matching tattoos, and then didn't really communicate with each other for an extended period of time as Jane's trying to locate him because he's missing.
He'd be like, "I love you." Oh, that came out. Oh. But what did it for me was Darcy and Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he said it. Once you go duck.
Which in the credits, she is credited as Darcy the Duck.
I did not see that. That's great. Oh man. But yeah. So like, honestly, it was a ride that you just had to sit there and go like, okay, all right, I'm on this. Let's just see where this goes and just enjoy the ride. But then once you get to the end, you're stepping off. You realize you're not actually stepping off the ride. There's another ride like right next to you that you're about to step on.
Like, wait a minute, no, that it ain't another ride. It's security. Like, hold up, it's about to fuck shit up, you know. But I did like I did enjoy this episode, even though it was straight up stupid. Like,
yeah, it was straight up stupid.
Thor was just destroying planets by partying, I guess. So
what he said it was already being destroyed. We just helped it. Is that better?
I think it was saying it's like a meteor or something. Like, yeah, it's a meteor. It was about to be destroyed anyway. We just pushed it.
It was Looney Tunes. It really was.
But I would give it an 8. I'm giving it an 8.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. Like I said, I really wasn't there for it at the beginning. I was still going into this episode with like a serious the idea that this is going to be taken seriously and that we were going to see actual ramifications of this twist to the narrative. But once I let go of that, I was able to enjoy it. Yeah. It was just like, the Guardians are there. Sure, why not? Okay, all right.
I forgot who else was in this. I was just like,
in the crowd. It's like,
yeah, I was like, do me. I was like, okay. You got me out of this.
Anyway, what did you think about this newest episode? What do you think is going to be happening in the next episode with this Infinity Stone embroidered Vision? Which, like, I'm sitting there back pushing my glasses, like, why would Vision have gone into space to get all the Infinity Stones? What did he sacrifice to get the Soul Stone? Whatever. Drop a comment down below, hit the like button. Subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when we're coming out with some more videos, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.
Deuces. And what if?
Hey, look, everyone! A party pooper!